Hi and welcome. Today we are going to explore, or rather, analyze the question and answers from A Question of Trust by Victor Canning. Victor Canning was known for writing thrillers. He was a prolific British writer who existed in the 1950s, 60s, and 70s. He lived a very reserved life and appeared for very few newspaper interviews. Victor Canning, in his short story, takes the readers by surprise with his unpredictable ending to the story, shaking the widely known norm that the thieves have discipline among themselves, and there is honor and respect among thieves, and they respect one another who are in the same profession. The protagonist in our story, that is Horace Denby, he is a burglar who breaks into houses and steals. But he was an occasional burglar. That means once a year he stole something, and he stole enough that he did not have to steal for the rest of the year. Now, in this story, Horace Denby, he has planned and surveyed a house. He has found out every possible detail about the house, the electrical fittings, the passwords, and different things that a person would definitely know in order to steal. But he made a few mistakes. That lands him into trouble. Unexpectedly, when he was there, he came across a woman who pretended to be the owner of the house. She was dressed in red. She asked Denby to help her break the safe locker so that she can take her jewelry, and her husband was away and she would definitely have enough time to repair it. She convinced him because she decided not to call the police, and Horace Denby got frightened and he lost his presence of mind. He took off his gloves. He helped the lady around. He broke the lock, safe, and gave the jewelry to her, and promised that he would never steal again. Now let us look at the question answers from this story. What does Horace Denby like to collect? He was now a particular pointer in this case is always begin with the name of the writer, build in the title of the short story, bring in a strong verb, and then respond to the answer. This helps your examiner get an idea which question you have selected to respond. Now in this case, Victor Canning, in his short story A Question of Trust, projects Horace Denby as a collector of old, expensive, rare books who not only liked collecting but reading and collecting rare books. Instead of just writing he was a collector of old books and old rare books, definitely writing the name of the writer and the title with the strong verbs would definitely fetch him half a mark for these two and half a mark for strengthening the title and the writer's name together, and the remaining 1 mark for responding. So this is a 2-mark question which will definitely fetch you 2 marks full. Moving on to the next one. Why does he steal every year? He was an occasional burglar and he wanted to steal enough in order to survive for 12 months. I have used the same technique, writer's name, the title with a strong verb, and then I build in whatever I want to say or respond as an answer. Who is speaking to Horace Denby? A direct response would have been the lady or the lady of the house. But again I have used the technique, the writer's name, the story, title, and then a strong verb, and then whatever I wanted to say I have built in as the answer. Who's the real culprit in the story? As the story builds up, we come to know that the lady was not the lady of the house, but she was another thief. That is how this story is about, that thieves have respect and honor among themselves. Whether she continued with that tradition and norm or not, or she broke it. That is for the readers to analyze and comment. Again, who is the real culprit? It's definitely the woman who in the story, but again I have used the technique, writer's name, the title, and then I have used a strong verb, building in whatever I wanted to say, constructed, and then I have narrated some part of it and established my opinion. Did you begin to suspect early in the story? In fact, it is left to the readers what part they have realized, whether it was a thief, whether the lady was a thief or she was an owner of the house. It is left for the students to build in or write their opinion. I've written the writer's name, the title, strong verb, and then I have used I think, I feel, and I believe. These three build in or strengthens the answer in a manner that first you write I think and give the reason why you think so, and then give an example of I feel and establish why do you feel so. I have used transitional words to establish fluency in my writing. And then I have established the opinion at the end. The next question, what are the subtle ways in which the lady manages to deceive Horace Dunby into thinking she is the lady of the house? Why doesn't Horace suspect that something is wrong? Now in this particular case, I have again used the technique, the writer's name, the title, a strong verb, and then I have established what I want to say. I have used sequence markers, linkers in such a way that I've established the first point, then the second point, and then I have concluded with one of my opinions. I have written the same answer using PEE technique. This is an interesting technique which students can use for writing an analysis. PEE technique, that means to point out, cite an evidence, and explain. I have used the technique of writing the writer's name, the title to the story, strong verb. Now I am using my technique of a pointer. I have used a word over here and I have pointed out and established a point. Now I need to cite an evidence to support my pointer. So I have cited something with a single quote. This is from the textbook. These are called citations. It establishes your point by giving direct examples from the text. But one should remember that we do not copy the entire sentence as a citation. The third pointer is to explain. This is where I need to write in my own words and I establish my opinion towards the end. Restating the question or re-narrating the story will definitely not fetch you marks, but if you use a technique for analysis, it will definitely fetch you complete marks. This is for a 4-mark question where you will have marks for the writer's name, the title. Establishing one PE technique is one set. That means one pointer, one set of evidences, and one set of explanation. Moving on to the next question. Horace Dunby was a meticulous planner, but still he faltered. Where did he go wrong? Now I have used the same technique. I have begun with the writer's name, the title, strong verb, and then I have built in my points, the value points. I have used sequence markers over here in order to strengthen one point and then the next point, and then I have concluded with my opinion. I hope the students get a clear idea of what is a PEE technique. Point out, cite in evidence, and explain. This helps the students to establish or to get full 4 marks when it is a long question or an extrapolated question. Students use sequence markers or linkers in order to establish. Now we should remember in one thing that we do not re-narrate the story. We have to establish certain points, give our opinion, give logical reasons. We do not narrate the story. Thank you so much.